don't have to stay in your mind. We're all dead. So catch your breath. Try to do too cool, but
now I'll take a year off.
alright, so we're just gonna start out with our it's a question.
Your mind still says
Here
don't
it
go to
is.
body.
That's what you're saying. Get this time to go.
Class. Folks, we're in class. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to back mount escape class. So if you got questions about back escapes, we've been doing back hacks all week. Let's try to save the back escape questions for second portion of class. So you have general questions.
We want to
Now
get
it's general.
Thursday night.
That's what I mean, general questions about jiu-jitsu, and we're talking about fundamental things, not fancy flying on guard, competition stuff. So,
Fundamentally, the easy escape, get the knee on the ground, get your shoulders, get your back
from which position are you talking about?
back.
So backpack is second part of the class, because I'm going to teach a class on backpack escapes. So if you have questions about backpack escapes, then we'll do that. This is general technical questions about how I got stuck in mount, how do I get out? This person keeps starting with this person keeps doing this crossbow choke on me. How do I stop? I got some side control and I don't let it.
Trying to push the guard from around the side. You will use like a hand or a knee to get the gear.
That was my first week.
You're on your back. They are in
Trying to get it.
Yeah, and rip
So
stop.
they get past your knee, and then a hand or a knee goes into your hip to stop the leg. How to get it back.
general answer is going to be sharp. But figure out how you're going to do it, right? So can you set up your question? So is this about right?
Right there, yeah. Already passed to stop and then from right as they're getting side control.
Back up one step. So see how you're still flat on your back? Okay. See now how you got pulled. Okay. And then your top knee is on the ground. Okay. So now you're going to come back to where you can be in your close guard. Yes. Legs around his hips. Ta-da! Okay. So you can see what you're doing. Josh, can you do that to me, please? You need to come so you can see. So stand up and do a good twirl. So he's going to pass. Right? So we're here. I'm not going to shrink out, right? You see how I shrink? Okay. So we're here. And I'm going to put my foot here. I'm going to grab this arm. Can you see that? Okay. So depending on what he does, if he stays up, or if he sits, or whatever he does, right? So I've got options, triangles, all kinds of stuff. But you see how he's I'm in a much better position, even though I'm on my back. So my hips are up. He's got problems. He can even stand here with a tripod, okay? So you can go all different ways.
That's what I do. I guess I just got to time it.
So come do a lower pass. Down. So we're actually, applying these. There. So we're here, okay? So see how I've got my hand?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you see it over here? This one gives me time.
Yeah.
Okay? This foot gives me time. This foot gives me time. I'm up on my hip. I am not flat. I look flat, but I'm not flat. Okay? This gives me time.
If I can get it under his chin, give you a lot more time. Can opener, okay? Bottom knee is my shield across. See? Here. Here. Okay, he's got my foot. What are you gonna do something? I don't know what he's gonna do with that foot. It's cool. No worries. I don't know. Josh, what are you gonna do with that foot? Okay, so he's gonna hold my foot. Okay. But does he have anything? Nope. Are we afraid of any of it? Nope.
Yep.
Don't wrist lock people. How cool.
What's that?
Don't wrist lock people.
Oh yeah, no.
You hear that, George?
But does you see how my hips
Yeah, it just seems like I need to work on my timing a lot better.
timing?
Yep.
What they do gives you your opportunity. Okay. So if your partner is just gonna sit there and smush you, okay. They're not learning anything. And
That was my other question. What happens when you're smushed and you've got your legs down on the side?
well, as I said before, if somebody's got reset. If someone's just gonna sit there on top of you, you go ahead and sit down. Go ahead and sit down. If someone's just gonna sit on top of you, okay. People do that to me all the time. They're way bigger than me and they hold me in their closed guard. That tells me they don't know jujitsu very well. They do not have confidence in what they can do. They're afraid of me or they're afraid of losing. And they think holding me in their closed guard for 5 minutes is winning. Okay. They can think that. I'm not going to change their mind. I'm also not going to use all my strength and all of my breath to get out of that. I'm fine. Switching me in your side control? Okay. They're not going to learn anything either. But, you know, it depends on who's smushing you, right? If Mr. Corey is smushing me, that needs to stop right now. That is not okay. That is not jujitsu. That's just, no. That's not okay. Okay? So, if they're not going to open themselves up, you can't really go any further either. You're locked down too. But, okay. They're not playing the jiu-jitsu game either. You're supposed to open yourself up. You lock down your position, and then you slowly open pieces of your position to advance to a submission. You cannot submit people locked down inside control, except by just smushing the life out of their lungs. It's the only way you can do it without opening up yourself to lose position. Mr. Krauser.
I have a question.
Sir.
If I'm on my back, how do I get out of the fence and our stop?
And you are on your back? Can you show me?
Spring break? The girls going off. That's a good show.
What you do?
Now,
Just grab it and stretch it back out.
and I'm like, it happens like this. Sometimes I'm like,
Yeah, this one.
and I just get worn out. I'm trying to get out.
So,
I feel like I have no.
well, you don't, right? You don't, right? you don't have much power here. So, what is a good choice here? There isn't one, right? We back up a couple of steps and figure out where we went wrong is our best defense here, okay? So, but if you're going to roll a particular direction, which way are you going to roll? The way your head is or the other way? You want to roll him over your head or you want to roll the other way? Or do you have
Oh, I'm just looking at the position. That's
Yeah, it's not a good one.
Yeah. Well,
What you got, Rich? Yeah.
Because that's one of the favorite moves.
IT, right?
It's crack the elbow. Sumo.
Go ahead, sir. Address.
You rotate out.
Go ahead. Show him what you're talking about.
well,
Here, yeah, there you go.
you as well.
Going for it.
Oh, gee.
The only thing I can do is stop thinking. Take care of it.
That's because I'm getting up there now, and I was like, oh, eat.
Let's see how you open
They
that.
were like, I'm like 40 now. I'm 45.
Hey,
Who's getting out?
Just can't come.
I've been seconds between hit 10 and locking it down. That's been the only way I've been able to get out of it.
Thank you.
Does that
Thank you.
answer? So, and Joel, when you're leaving yourself, put a wrist lock there. You're wrist locking yourself on the mat. Don't do that, bad idea.
I want to see if I could make a mistake, and that's why Tim go to me. Tim would do that with me, but I would get the underhooks on both sides, and I'd be able to push his shoulders forward, so I'm more, my head is more on his hips.
Yep, so you're not quite, yeah, all your mechanics are different now.
I don't know where it goes from there, but at least I'm not in trouble of him choking me in his arms. He can't do this.
That's, I mean,
Yeah. Don't even laugh, it's still
the
good.
reason I'm kind of struggling here
Still
is
is that
this
place
isn't
where I
the
did, I've
position,
been there.
this isn't the position people put me in. So I don't have a lot of experience working out of that. I feel like it's gonna be very close to what it's like trying to get somebody out of a very high mount, but it's gonna be opposite. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, yeah.
So, most of the answer is don't get there.
Usually is.
Defend sooner. Find out what the heck is happening that he keeps putting you in that position. Is he arm dragging you? And or no, I mean that, but it's the side control and he's going that way. So you need to see that he's in side control and be like, oh God, he is on his way to north-south. Now I need to do what? Well, if you're on your side, can he put you in that good solid north-south? No. So escape, as I've said before, shrimp for your life. But it's shrimp and frame, it's don't let him get where he wants to be. Because you know he's headed toward north-south, you know he's gonna smother you, you know it is coming. Don't let him get there easy, make it hard. Keep up on your side, you can't do a good solid north-south if the victim is on their side. And then, like we said, pulling on elbows. You can't get his hips, he's not there. But if you, armpits, elevating armpits. Just like in mount, if you're going to elevate the hips. So, but this is armpits.
So if you don't mind, I know you asked me the question, but I didn't catch the whole thing because you were going out. But what was the question about north south?
We're spitballing how to deal with somebody who has a very solid top north-south position. So how to escape.
Okay. And so George grabbed the elbow here, right? Okay. For me, when I'm north-south, because the attacks are my neck, you're there. I want this and I want this control here. And to the point that Shelley was just making, I want to get on my side. I want to get on my side, right? And away. So you're protecting your neck. If I can be here, even better. If I'm double in, now as I'm on my side, right? But if they have this, I gotta get this inside, right? And I'm walking, I'm getting on my side to get away. If the person is high, if he's high here, right? I might have my hand here, walking halfway. But I'm trying to protect my neck, and I'm shrimping to get on my side. Is that okay?
Thanks. So I feel like I got a lot of people, not a lot of people, all the past people that like if you're blocking your side control, sometimes they don't even try, they just go right around. But they're never doing it like that. They're almost like grabbing like putting their chest into my face. They won't even be doing it like they're trying. They're all over here.
Oh, yeah.
And they're based out like this.
Yeah.
Right?
And when they're so based up to that like a tripod, again, I'm not. If they're wearing a gi,
Yeah.
I'm here. If there's no pressure on
Yeah,
it,
they're like, I'm not doing it to you.
Well,
But they're
do
just
it
like,
to me.
they're just basically laying down on me. Like they got their whole, they're just
Dropping their weight.
if they're here,
Yeah.
thank you. Because I back. Normally, if your arm is straight, you're in danger of being armbarred. But if you're stretched out, If I got this, that's the room I need to get on my side. Does that help?
Yes,
sir.
Stop them from letting, when you got your arms stretched out like that, for them to reach in and grab your collar.
When they reach, you move.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yes, when they reach, you move.
I got it. Yeah.
Well, it's every single movement you have to counter. If you don't counter that move, you are behind, and now you're playing.
I know it's my middle name is behind, so.
But and that's why I love the fundamentals class. If your fundamentals are solid, it'll take you through your career. This is not good. This is better. This is better. Right? Not on your back flat, on your side. If I'm on my back, the first thing is how do I get to my side? Right? But fundamentals are safe. And I don't mean to take over the class, but kind of to the point that you guys are talking about a little bit, the bad positions. If you are rolling with a lower belt, I said this to someone earlier, sometimes it's good to allow that person to work and put yourself in bad positions so that you learn how to defend, right? Because sooner or later, you're going to be in a bad position. And if you haven't been there, if you haven't developed one or two tactics for defending it, you're lost, right? So beating up on a lower belt is not always going to advance your game. If you're working on something and you're trying to perfect it against the resistance, it's good. But sometimes it's good to let a lower belt work, let them get to a position that is a weak or a bad position for you, and then work on defending, work on getting out of that position. Just my 2 cents.
Speaking of bad positions, back practices. So we did back attacks from the back all week in regular class. But I don't think there was any escaping that back mount specifically taught. At least it hasn't been shown for a while. So I like to, it's shown very often. Marky, come here. You're just a good size.
That's why you want to work on. I want to hear your classes, that's why you want to work on.
Okay, so it's taught from here because I can speak easily from here. You can see easily from here. We're never here, ever. If you're here in a roll, this is weird. This is not what should be happening. Or if you're here for a very short period of time because this person should know what's up. Okay? So from here though, I do need to show you how to, if you were in class, you saw the zipper chokes, right? So you take this collar, turn it inside out, and hand it to yourself. Okay? Especially if you have small hands compared to gi size, this turn the collar is game changing. Because if you try to grab like this, you can't grab. If you turn the collar, you've just made yourself a nifty hand because you turn that collar. So it makes a big difference. This hand comes and gets this. You don't even have to get the lapel, just get some knee. Straight down, and that's your choke. There's not much to it, okay? You can do all kinds of fancy ones. Professor showed several, but at least I need you to make sure that you know that, okay? So that's your bread and butter back attack. Make sure that you have hooks, otherwise this escape is just too easy, okay? Switch. Okay, so if you find yourself in this position, which we very rarely find ourselves in, first thing you need to do, regardless of if they have anything around your neck, you address that. Address it, okay? 2 on 1. If you can get rid of this top hand, get rid of that top hand. But you're going to, you can up here, but it's way less effective. Okay, yeah, because he wants to choke me with his elbow. I don't really want him to even have that option. Down, okay? Now, he's not going to choke me he got a lot of work to do. He's gonna have to give up something for him to be able to do that, okay? And then if he gives up too much, this arm's the armbar. So be aware that you can end up with armbar there. Okay, so we want to be on this side, okay? Because this is our escape. If we go that way, we just fall into the choke arm. So I need to get rid of this hook. So if I just kick straight here, I'm still in his hook. But can you see my body is not in that line with my leg? My leg, if I went straight, look, the hook is gone. Ta-da! Okay, bottom leg, and I'm going to, shrimp is not quite the right word, but we're gonna rotate here, okay? Almost an oompa, but we don't do the hand part because our hand is busy holding off the choke. So you do a pivot right there, get your hip up on their knee, thigh, whatever. This foot out. Now we're gonna bridge. This elbow comes down their rib cage as you pull to open. See? Elbow down, and we're into side control. Okay? So I showed it that way because it's much easier to see that way. Okay? What I'd like us to practice is an arm drag to a back take. So your arm drag will put you in a more organic back take position instead of the sitting up monkey toy looking way, okay? So, can you do a arm drag? Actually, let me show it. Okay, so from closed guard over. So we're gonna do arm drag from closed guard to a back take. Okay? So we're here, same side, here, okay? Sit up, shrimp out, grab, armpit knee, shrimp out, okay? Bottom person, help out, because we're just here to get to an organic back take position. Okay? You can set your choke, left hand, and now the bottom person, you can either do the gi choke or you can just do seatbelt. Now the bottom person can start escaping. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay? Do I have questions? If you don't know how to do the arm drag and you need me to show you that or what have you, that's fine. But I want you to learn and escape from an organic start position, not just the we're starting now position.
Does everybody understand what you mean by organic?
We're just here. Okay. So that's one. Another option. Again, it's just so much easier to teach it from this position. So you can here, and then you can address and shrimp down. Okay? It feels weird, it feels worse, but it's not. Okay? Another one is escape north. Okay? So we're here, and we, even if we go this way, doesn't matter. But if we go this way, this is the way I don't want to go. Feet here and shove up. North on their body position. Does that make sense? You're following their spine north. Okay. Any questions so far, Smith?
Usually when I get into when somebody takes my back, normally what I do is I'll roll away from wherever their elbow is, and then I'll try and slide my leg out from between theirs. Mm-hmm. And then once I get my leg out, I break their legs apart and I'll roll into it.
You can. Sometimes you end up in closed guard that way. You're also showing me that you are getting your top hook off first, which is stopping you from rolling out because you're leaving your bottom hook. Your bottom leg is still hooked, so your only option is to leave your back. So if you unhook your bottom hook first, you have the option to take your back away from them during your escape. So just try.
Yep.
See what happens.
Yep.
Okay?
It's usually successful, but it
does
end up in
but
closed guard.
at some point, you'll find yourself in a position you don't want to be in,
I just rather
or
not be.
the body
I'm
type,
just running out my back on you people.
or the body types won't match up, and it'll be like, oh, huh, I shouldn't be. It worked great while I was rolling with this level of people, but now everybody's getting better together, and this doesn't work anymore. The elbow thing down the ribs works really great in a lot of ways, but back escapes just stink. They are harsh. They are not easy. You have to work and do it again and again and again, which is one reason why using your elbow to make your space is the right choice. This is jiu-jitsu. They don't have to stay there. They can move. You can make them really want to move.
You show the back escape from the downside again from the elbow side.
So the one I showed was just go north, that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're here and we're still gonna address, and he's pulling me over. Pull me over, pull me over, pull me over. So we're gonna, here, whatever it is he's gonna let me do. If he's gonna make me here, or if I can do this. Whatever he's gonna let me have. Oh, let me have that.
Is it the other way? Is it feasible to spin the other way when you get to that north-south and then?
I don't know. Try it. Go partner in a second. Stop, partner.
Those here roll with me and they always get their arm caught when I do that.
Yep. Yep.
Put your elbows away, folks.
And I evolved it to make it my own. Because for some reason, Professor Brett told me I was doing it wrong, but then he stopped and looked at it. I don't know how it works. It shouldn't work, but it's working for you. Keep playing with it until you make it your own. And now, at Brent, you can call it an underarm guillotine arm, elbow lock or something or other. When I happen to catch it, but not all of it. If I go to something else, I don't want to stay there very long. I just surely say, keep moving. But it makes it help for the guy trying to take it back. They've never been put in that situation where they thought they were safe, and now they're not.
All right, find a partner. Work it out. 1, 2. I showed you a bunch of options. Try them. Back escapes work way better when you're close to the same size. As much as you can. You can work it out from that sitting position. I'd love it if we got to the back, to the arm drag thing. Because you're going to end up in odd positions.
There's always a point during the escape. Once you realize they're going to escape, you've got to at least try to get
Well, this one. Well, this is your next coach. Stop that.
I didn't address this, just freeze right where you're at. Person who's got seatbelt, protect your choke hand. Because if they defend and they push that hand, that choke hand off, you have zero chokes now. If they push off your protection hand, the one that's under the armpit, you still have choke off.
She was going to try to break up a little bit.
So go up one. I haven't seen that one.
All last week, I was so tired of this happening. I just wore my glasses. And then I was like, so you do what you're going
to do, man. I worked for a while, just too long. I wait too many. So maybe there's way too many problems with the guys, but.
See how it's a lot harder to keep that in?
So
I could either
Yeah, I was trying to do the move.
the escape north,
if I'm, you know,
you got your knee, I can try to get your shoulders past.
oh yes.
Now, see how your head is out, you're shoving your shoulders into your block. Does that make sense? So, who doesn't have the pain? You can let go.
I should let go.
Right? And also, allow her to let go.
And if I get guard, right. At least I'm in a slightly better position.
So, maybe, maybe not, it's just the outside of the
Straight back, and then going. Yes. Because normally I put my head under there, and that, but you can just go straight past, and then turn in.
And you can do it from that side, just go a little more. I guess go ahead.
Big step, step over, yes, now here. Slide down.
So it would happen from
Wait for that again with not getting all of it.
So what you got in the back, right here, so now.
But that wasn't for
You can go that direction, except he can follow them. Going the opposite direction, heels him hard. Did you not have a stretch
You guys
And I just couldn't, it was just sitting there. Go back the other way, so now you end up.
Really here off, kicking in here.
And then instead of going that way, you're gonna turn.
Oh yes. Like, why did you do that?
Yeah, and then come back. Okay, so yeah, I guess if you have that.
Yeah, if you're holding the arm, they can't turn out.
Yeah, I was like, it's been awesome.
It's simple. Just go simple way. Like I'm trying to turn it.
So if someone was saying something inside, I feel like that
My arm is straight. It's gonna be really hard for
I'm thinking of the other.
When I read
That escape room works so well.
when you get
So were you into so that's part of it was that you're already on his choke side. So you're already on his choke side. Look here, see how I'm putting the edge of my choke. So I'm understating already. But if you stay in his leg, now you're going to But you're also not on your back.
I guess doing it the other way might have the thing where you're not already all the way down, so that they can't just post on your shoulders.
Go that way. You're not delayed.
Separated away from it.
I'm sorry.
This is the way I want to.
Where's the leg for this?
With the arm drag thing, you don't get to choose.
He's not getting messed with, you're not going to work.
But you still get to choose where you fall. They have a choice.
Yeah, right, the other way.
Whatever you're gonna have. We're going to, we're going to dress and we're going to fall. Okay? Which leg? Yeah. Which leg is my bottom leg? The one that's on the back. Okay, right now I feel like my leg is straight. Straight my body.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like an actual picks.
So the reason you can't straighten my spine. All that's there.
But when I sight it, you're not going to be aggressive.
See how my hips
Come on.
Still continue here. Slide. See how I'm pushing up and extending. Now, this is another part of that escape business. So you can get past the knee. Down. Elbow down here.
How do you do that on the choke side?
It's hard because he's still choking me. It's hard because he's still choking me. Really, that's why.
Yeah. He just took the back.
I think I was supposed to
Remember every time I hear Captain Dave.
So part of it is, like I said, he's choking me. You don't see it, you should see that I'm not moving.
Your turn.
Right now, you can walk on his arm. Because it really has seatbelts.
You're fine.
Yeah, just going further up things that aren't,
This is what I do. This is what I
it is.
I know, right? Try that. Try that. Your back from that bad side. Look down. Look over your head.
In here, you try to remember, and you stay here because you're choking up. And then you go, lock the arm, kick it through, and go this way.
If you look over that one, come back over. If you're there, because you have that like pin down circle. Okay, so the same one you made now, then you're like that.
So you're going to turn this way, right?
Here, right? So here.
Your shoes.
Okay, so use your back
Here, let's see. They didn't have any of the.
because that's what we're doing here. Okay, so we're here, I'm going to address this, I'm gonna, still gonna kill this guy. Now, I'm still not good at this at all. Here, yeah.
Get the leg
Go, man, go.
Yeah, you have to go, you have to spin, you can't spin at a 90 degree, you have to go up and then spin, that's what it does. I'm doing all the way down here. And I'm the...
I'm walking a little limp, and once my body's warmed up, I'm fine. Get to the other side.
the arm drag.
All right, everybody right here, I now realize that in my arm drag, telling you to start from an arm drag, I told you all to start with your head on the elbow side. Sorry, my bad. However, that's where you're going to be, really. I did not do that to you on purpose. I'm very sorry about that. But I watched you guys arm drag people and I'm like, oh shoot. Because that's not what I showed you, how to get out of that. But in real speak, that's where you're going to find yourself. You're not going to find yourself with a whole lot of choice in the matter on which side you're being choked on. So you can fight and scrap to get to the other side, where a lot of times that fight north will come into play whenever you've decided you're going to come on, you're going to work to be on the other side. Some people that's never going to work with. Dre trying to roll Corey over, probably not going to work out so good. Not even a choice. It's just not going to work. But if Corey decides he's going to roll me on him, that's going to work fine. That's going to work just fine because I can't touch the ground. So this is good. So you have to choose what you're doing based on your partner. Their body type as well as your body type is going to tell you what you can and can't do. So we're working it with you. So Dre is going to put me in the wrong side so that we can just kind of work on this and give you, maybe you guys have already figured this out, okay? So your partner is going to, not going to be nice, they're already trying to choke you, they're looking for lapels, and you are going to work and get this down. And they're going to shove you this way. Or you're going to arm drag, and you already landed here, yeah, so always address that choke. Do not let them set that choke. If they get that collar, you are toast, or very close to being toast. Don't be toasted. Still, get rid of this bottom hook. If you get rid of the top hook, you can't, what are you going to do? You're just going to roll into this choke and you're done. Get rid of the bottom hook. Leg in line, big kick, big here. Let's see how I'm going up, up, up. Go north. It's freedom. Go that way. Okay? That sounds also not what I meant to sound like. Hi.
As soon as they start going up, you have to let go back like here, or this happens. Abandon it, and then you're like, all right, they're out.
What do you want to find and show it?
Which who? Me? If the person.
So I'm defending it and then like slap me on my stomach trying to defend myself.
You should let go of them. Oh, just defending?
It's like, I'm like this, and then more than one like this.
Don't do that.
Okay?
If you're flat on your stomach,
This moment you don't.
and I'm here, I don't really care how strong you are. You got problems. Come on, dude. Come on, buddy.
You got hip wrap. Yeah, that's my other one.
Corey,
I know, thank you very much.
Corey, when you were rolling with me, that.
Okay, so your best choice, if you're gonna roll, and you've got to go forward. Get your knees up, close your home. Do the turtle knees, okay? Because if you have your knees under you, you have leverage. You get your hips up. Even if your arm is flat out, but you have your hips, you can get yourself to your elbows. Don't be flat. Don't be flat on your back, don't be flat on your stomach. Number one, don't be flat on your stomach. You have no, very, very little recourse. As
How do you address body
I use the body triangle. Some other guy 6'5".
Professor Morgan!
I know,
right?
He's gone. I watched a YouTube on it because again, people don't. I don't know why people don't do stuff like that to me, but because they can get their legs around me, they can. Well, why don't they do it? I don't know. Maybe they don't know how to. Do you get stuck in them?
All the time. Because you're smaller than me.
Because
Especially when James' son Jonah.
Oh, yeah.
Can you body triangle me? Put me in the position. I'm gonna see if I can remember the YouTube video I watched.
Bo in the morning class? Yeah.
Really?
Every time.
Why is that little? Yeah,
He started back and then and he's 6'6", so yeah.
I don't know what is it with me.
Well, you don't let him get there.
You gotta get it by
He doesn't have to. He just got
Bo's just stupid. Bo's playing on a different level. Okay, she's still getting right for you. Go the other way, this side. You see how you're straight? This is the triangle, so you need to be over here, right? So we have to unlock it. That's a good one. That's a good way to do it.
I can't get it all the way around, but like.
But see, Bo is so much longer. Yeah, like it's not long. It's not long.
I can't get all the way around.
Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna say, let's go find it on YouTube. Because there is some good ones out there on how to escape body triangles. I don't have good practice with it, but there is a address the foot. Basically, you're pulling the knee the wrong direction. Does that make sense? So like the top leg that you have access to, you're pulling the knee the way the knee doesn't go. Not pushing it down, you're pulling it up.
The only thing that I've seen is like they're supposed to keep that top leg here. So if you shift sides, they have to change, and while they're changing, you can try to get it then or try to shove yourself north. That's the one thing that I've seen work. If you keep moving, move sides, try to get to one side away from the transition.
Because the way you're locking it up is not an actual body. Well, this is why I said, can you do it, scan it, because it's not working, but it's not working out. So look it up. If you are a person that continues to get body triangles, find out how to do that. I apologize that I do not know how to do that effectively. I'm glad people don't do that to me. Yay. That's one of the things. But work it with Bo. Figure it out. Yeah. Ask him, hey, put me in a body triangle. Saw this on YouTube and see if it works. Also, grab the foot before he can, fit the same thing we've talked about before. How do you defend north-south stuff? Don't get there. Yes. Figure out what they're doing to you that puts you there. One of the first things that I said to y'all was I was on a not YouTube, but a Facebook forum, and the guy's like, I keep getting, I keep getting X choked. He's a blue belt, and he's complaining that he continues to get X choked. Let me read this a little further. Yeah. Okay, well, the guy is continuing to get you in a cross-collar choke, and you're not addressing that. You're letting him keep this cross collar choke in closed guard. Of course you're gonna get X-choked every single time because you didn't address the thing that lets him do whatever it is he wants to do. So figure out Bo's trick to get you into a body triangle. What does he do? And don't let him do it.
He just puts one leg on one side and the other leg on the other. Normally it's like only if we start starting back then it happens, right?
Well,
But
so-
like I feel like if my hooks, they can shuck my hooks all day long. So as soon as we start like this, I just. But I'd run out of gas and I can't like hold it forever. It's just me more comfortable.
So part of that is how the class is being run.
Yeah.
Okay, play into that. If you're starting from backpack, which is a weird place to start in the first place, right? It's not really a thing that we do in jiu-jitsu. We don't start there. We start there in drills. We start there in made up stuff, but we don't end up there in an actual roll. It's a good place to start because it's terrible. It's hard to escape from it. You have all of this control over. Anyway, you have all this control. So you have a lot of puzzle pieces to address. You've got the choke and you're getting squished on your ribs or your gut or whatever it is that's being squished, and you're getting twisted the wrong direction. There's a lot to deal with there.
Yeah, I've seen them on YouTube where, I don't know why, I forgot why they end up in that position. I think it's like 0.34 or something like that time where they start them in disadvantage.
Well, we're not going to talk about, I'm just going to hard stop, we're not going to talk about competition.
Okay.
So, because I can't open that can of worms. But anyway, backpack, back mount, leave it at that's a terrible position. Work hard to not get there. In the arm drag, did anybody actually try to defend that arm drag and not get your back taken? We weren't working on that. That was not part of the assignment, but did anybody think about that?
He's also got a head and arm there too.
There's lots of options. That's why arm drags are amazing. They're the best. They are the best. But how do you not even think about, because we just talked about it, how do you not even get there in the first place? You're going to arm drag, please. Close guard, into it. And we are at its butt. So here, and the assignment is arm drag. Woohoo, go ahead, arm drag. Oh, again. That is back, escape, training. Did I even let him get to my back? No. Did I see an arm drag was coming and he's on his way to my back? Yes. Did I successfully defend his back attack? Yes. I think he did not have my back. So I was successful. That's what I'm talking about with the north-south business and the body triangle business. All of those terrible places, the smushing inside control, what are they doing that is putting you in the position to where now you are in a place you do not want to be in? It takes a little while to unravel it and figure out what the heck is happening to you. Try. And if you can just defend yourself a little sooner, then you can see it a little bit better. That's a big one. Anybody have the last little bit of questions? Basically, it's time for us to be done. I hope you enjoyed class.
Thank you.
All right, we're just going to be done. It's cool. I'm done. This is my